With only 9 days left until the official elections day, the disciplined forces of Guyana kicked off this constitutional and democratic process today, August 22, 2025, with members casting their ballots early ahead of the September 1 general and regional elections. Members of the disciplined services consist of the Guyana Defense Force, the Guyana Police Force, and the Guyana Prison Service. Welcome and thank you for joining us. This early voting ensures members of the disciplined forces can fulfill their duties on election day without compromising democratic participation. President Irfaan Ali told the media earlier today that everything seems to be going well so far.
I just observing the process. From what I have seen, it's a very smooth process, very efficient process. You can also see the notices telling voters about the secrecy of the ballot. So what I've seen this morning is a very smooth and efficient process.
Azruddin Mohammed, the presidential candidate and leader of the We Invest in Nationhood party, also told the press things were progressing smoothly.
So the process is moving along well. Came here to observe. We'll be traveling around to make sure the process is smooth. No complaints yet.
Well, right now we're dealing with a particular violation of the law. The law says, GECOM law says, that the polling booth should be placed in a way that the agents for the political parties can see that the person is there and only with the pencil. Now they have placed it in a way that the agents can see on the inside of the box. We've spoken to the CEO, he's changing it, and we have been moving around saying to people it needs to be changed, because once you have the box like that, people could still find other means of doing irregularities. And as we pursue free and fair elections, we want to see this done properly.
Things appear to be running pretty smoothly. No major complaints or hiccups or any such thing. So we're satisfied.
This disciplined services vote underscores GECOM's effort to balance efficient election administration with the rights of all eligible voters. By having the police, prison officers, and the armed forces voting ahead of Elections Day, Guyana can focus on democratic integrity and public safety on polling day. As these service members cast their ballots today, the country prepares for full participation on September 1, 2025, when the rest of the electorate will cast their ballots. Are you ready to cast your vote? Speaking of elections readiness, GECOM's Deputy Chief Election Officer Anil Giddings confirmed that all sensitive materials, including ballot papers, tally sheets, and statements of poll, are already in their custody. The commission declared itself well poised for today's voting, barring any unforeseen events. In addition, GECOM advised the public to avoid any interference, no obstruction or disruptions within 200 yards of polling places, in accordance with Guyana's electoral law. Meanwhile, the Guyana Elections Commission finally decided to ban cell phone use while you're in the polling booth. The ban came after strong outcry from opposition parties. Aubrey Norton, the leader of the A Partnership for National Unity, the APNU, argued that allowing cell phones may interfere with free and fair elections. For example, if political parties were paying voters to vote for them but needed photo evidence of proof.
These elections are likely to see the biggest effort in our history to buy votes. Such a scheme is severely undermined when an elector is unable to provide a photograph of his or her marked ballot to the vote buyer. An election in which votes are bought will not reflect the will of the people.
The opposition believe GECOM's ban on cell phones will help to protect the secrecy of the vote. And finally tonight, GECOM is also calling on all voters to remain vigilant against misinformation and election interference, to uphold the transparency and credibility of the democratic process as we count down to September 1. We will continue to provide elections coverage as we inch closer to Elections Day. Stay tuned for what's coming up next.